Gervonta Davis say you need the money.
Shit.
What's going on with you and Gervonta?
If I'm a boxer, he a boxer, you a boxer, we all need the money.
I ain't doing it for free.
Thank you.
What if Gervonta said, hey, I'll come up to 154. I'll come up to 154 while you talking.
Oh man.
You go to you'll fight Gervonta at 154?
I wish him the best. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. You don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. If everybody in the crew win, I mean, win. Fuck.
Same question for you.
You're a proud father.
There are levels in boxing, and Terence "Bud" Crawford just made it clear what level he's on. In a recent live interview, Crawford didn't just hint at Gervonta "Tank" Davis, he went all in. What started as a relaxed conversation quickly turned into a bold call-out. Crawford questioned Tank's recent fights, called out the hype around his name, and even threw doubt on the credibility of his last win.
Tank said I was a meat lover. He came in like, oh, this guy, you a meat lover.
But Tank would never even think about hesitating to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. If Tank get to pick his opponent, he would do it. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Y'all was doing the back and forth shit. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens, or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like I really don't like him. I don't like.
Just not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. No, I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. Like he got a lot of security guards around him, and he know, he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
I respect him as a fighter.
Yeah.
He definitely got skills. He got power. He got tremendous boxing ability. But like his core personality and his ways.
This isn't just regular fight talk. This was a statement. Crawford made it clear he sees the hype around Tank, hears all the chatter, and isn't impressed. He called out Tank for avoiding real challenges and just put the entire lightweight division on notice. If you thought the tension between them was over, think again. Let's break it down, because what Crawford said, the way he said it, and what he hinted at had the whole room on edge.
You said going out on 3 fights. You know the last 2 fights you want to go out on?
Yeah,
The last fight you want to go out on. Like, who? Do you have anybody in mind? No, I'm saying no. I don't have my name right now. But I got somebody I want to call out after this fight. You said you got somebody you want to call out after this fight? Yeah. Who is that? I'm not gonna tell you.
Is it Lomachenko?
Somebody asked Lomachenko. All right. Turkey said he got your 2 Ferraris ready. What you think about that?
Oh,
Turkey said he got your 2 Ferraris ready.
I need 3 now.
Yeah.
Steven Espinoza said Shakur turned down a 1-fight deal to fight you because he wanted a multi-fight deal. What's your thoughts on that?
He's not worth it. He's not worth no multi-fight deal. He's not even worth it. Come on, man. Anyways, got to fight somewhere else and prove himself, and then you feel me? You know how they got UFC and like the underground shit? You got to fight on the underground shit and get that.
You gotta go to the G League.
You have an idea?
The first big moment came when the host casually brought up Tank's past comment that Crawford needs the money. You could see it on Crawford's face. He wasn't having it. Then came the clapback. We all need the money. I ain't doing it for free. And just like that, Crawford flipped the narrative. This wasn't just about money. It was about calling out the double standards. Because, let's be honest, Tank's not topping the Forbes list either. Both of them are in this game for legacy and the paycheck, so why act like one's above the other? And Crawford didn't stop there. When asked how he'd feel if Tank moved up to 154 to fight him, Crawford didn't flinch. He calmly said, "I wish him the best." But let's be real, that wasn't support. That was a warning in disguise. Translation: Crawford's not chasing Tank. If Tank wants to step into that weight class, he better be ready for a whole new level. And judging by Crawford's tone, he doesn't think Tank is even close to being ready.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
You got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
Crawford's undefeated for a reason. He knows exactly what he brings to the table. He's not about to waste his prime years entertaining fantasy fights with guys who barely edged out a win over Lamont Roach. Now, this is where things really heated up. Crawford didn't just throw shade at Tank's resume. He broke down his last fight like a surgeon. When the Roach fight came up, Crawford didn't hold back for a second.
Let me ask you this. You can help me out on this. This last fight, Roach and Gervonta. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Man.
I mean, you can't take a knee. That's a knockdown. Because I saw Floyd break his hand hitting the guy and took a knee, and they gave Floyd an 8 count. So I'm trying to figure out how Gervonta avoided that. And then I'm trying to figure out how he got his guy come up to the top of the ring and wipe grease out his eyes. They do that now, bud.
I guess that's part of the new, you know what I mean, boxing era.
When you saw that, tell me when you saw this, you saw him take a knee.
Crawford brought up the moment Tank took a knee, something that should have been ruled a knockdown, and questioned why it was ignored. Then he went after an even bigger issue. During the fight, Tank's team actually stepped onto the apron mid-round to wipe grease from his eyes. That's not just odd, that's a clear violation. And Crawford wasn't about to let it slide. He even took a jab at the referee, Steve Willis, pointing out how he started the count. Then randomly stopped, almost like someone behind the scenes told him to. At this point, Crawford wasn't just talking boxing, he was hinting at something deeper. This didn't just sound like favoritism, it sounded like corruption.
And then you see he go to the apron and this guy come up to the top of the ring. Well, he's like, hold on, what's going on?
I'm just as confused as you. I said, huh? I was just like, oh, that's crazy. And Steve Willis is a great referee.
He is.
And he started counting, then stopped
it.
Like, they said, hey, you better stop counting. You know,
right. Wow.
Hey, don't do that again.
Crawford didn't sugarcoat it. He said straight up that without that missed knockdown, Tank wouldn't have won. In his eyes, Lamont Roach had the edge. And let's be real, hearing that from another top-level fighter is rare. But that's what sets Crawford apart. He's not here for politics or chasing clout. He tells it like it is. According to him, Tank came in cocky, underestimated Roach, and that mindset nearly backfired.
Cards. Judge at the ringside. Eric Marlinsky scores it on 115 to 113 in favor of Gervonta Davis. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Glenn Feldman both scored the bout 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is a majority draw.
Everyone expected Gervonta Davis to steamroll Lamont Roach. Another easy payday, a quick knockout, and a flashy post-fight celebration. But Roach had other plans. He flipped the script and gave Tank way more trouble than anyone saw coming. From the very first round, Roach brought non-stop pressure, sharp accuracy, and no fear. The supposed easy opponent turned into one of Tank's toughest challenges yet. And that 9th round? It had everyone holding their breath. After a sharp right hand and body shot combo, Tank dropped to one knee. That wasn't a slip or a stumble, it was a deliberate collapse, and it clearly should have been called a knockdown.
How is this not a knockdown? Tank Davis was just exposed, man. What is going on in the sport of boxing, man? KDB Sports and Entertainment.
I wasn't relying on that. I was relying on what I was doing in there. I think I was taking control. I think I was landing more shots. I think I was landing more power shots. And I thought I was doing my thing. So I'm not really that frustrated about that.
It wasn't just Terence Crawford speaking up. Boxing giants like Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya also took to social media, agreeing loud and clear that was a knockdown, no questions asked.
This is my opinion. Sure. It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Depending on what they do with that decision of taking the knee, depending if the commission reverses the decision or if I think a draw was meant to be. So I like the draw. No, if you take the knee, man, if you take a knee in the 90s or in 2000, you're taking a point off. That's the bottom line. You're taking a point off. I don't know what happened with the referee. Maybe he was a little starstruck. Maybe he was a little, because he loves Tank. He loves New York. He loves the big lights. The referee with the eyes, he's like, a point should be deducted if you take a knee. It's a fact. It's in the rule book, right? The fact that they didn't take it away, then that's where the controversy is, right? It's not, look, did Gervonta get hit? Was he dazed? Who knows? Only he knows. But what I saw, when you take a knee, that's an automatic point. That's just the rule. This is not basketball. This is not, this is not basketball where, wait, hold on, my ankle hurts. Hold on, let me take a timeout. You don't take timeouts in boxing. It just doesn't happen. Whether he had something in his eye or not, you have to fight. There's 3 minutes to fight. So if you take a knee, if you go to your corner, the rules are the rules. And I don't know what New York is gonna settle on, but the rules are the rules.
That night, I haven't watched the full fight. One thing that's kind of baffling is that it wasn't a knockdown. Look, he wasn't hurt. There's no doubt about that. But if you take a knee in the fight and you touch down, whilst punches are being thrown, it has to be a knockdown. I've heard some people saying, that he should be
The referee letting that moment slide shifted the whole energy of the fight. And honestly, it might have been what kept Tank's undefeated record intact.
I think the hardest punch I ever faced. No. And I ain't shitting on him or nothing like that. He can punch. But Jonathan Oquendo, he's from Puerto Rico. Bro, he got bricks in his hands, bro. I lie to you not. He punch hard. I ain't gonna lie. He a hard hit, man.
He's no joke. He can definitely punch. But Jonathan Odo, he's from Puerto Rico and hits like a truck. I'm not exaggerating. The guy packs serious power. Now here's the twist. Tank and Roach go way back to their amateur days, both from the same DMV area. So there's some history between them. Maybe Tank thought he already knew what Roach was all about.
Gervonta Tank Davis just been released to the public. We know now, December 14th, Houston, Texas, he's going to be facing a very tough opponent in Lamont Roach. Can you tell us a little bit about the history between them two?
Oh man, they've been knowing each other from the amateurs, silver gloves, everything. They grew up actually together, you know. Roach and him back and forth battles and whatnot. It's gonna be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach he come to fight. I mean, I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about why Roach? Because he signed and took the fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
But Crawford made it clear, this isn't amateur boxing. The pros hit harder and play smarter. If Tank thinks he can cruise by just on his name, he's about to get a harsh reality check.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, you know, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah,
but like his core personality and his ways.
One of the most talked about moments from the interview was when Crawford called out the top fighters for not facing each other. He named big stars like Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, Tank, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney, a lineup full of dream matchups just sitting idle. And he didn't beat around the bush. He said, it's all politics getting in the way.
I think all of them should fight, you know.
I mean, you got Lopez, Teofimo, you got Lomachenko, you got Shakur, you got Tank, you got Garcia. You got 5 guys. That's a nice little.
Devin Haney.
Devin Haney, yeah. You got 6 guys. Don't nobody want to fight nobody?
I don't know. I think they all should, you know, be fighting each other.
Well, so what we got going on?
Politics.
Bro, if Shakur and Haney and Tank, if all of them leave, if they retire with undefeated records, that's some bull jive. That's some straight up, and you know it too, bud. Ain't no way those guys should have undefeated records. If they're out in their prime and they damn near in the same, no, ain't no way.
One of the most talked about moments from the interview was when Crawford called out the top fighters for not facing each other. He named big stars like Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, Tank, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney, a lineup full of dream matchups just sitting idle. And he didn't beat around the bush. He said it's all politics getting in the way. During the interview, one moment really stood out. Crawford challenged why the biggest names in boxing aren't stepping into the ring against each other. He listed fighters like Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, Tank, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney. A dream card of fights that fans want but aren't happening. He didn't sugarcoat it either, calling the problem exactly what it is. Politics blocking these matchups.
Ryan Garcia and Tank, they talk about they might fight again, blah, blah, blah. There was a lot made about this rehydration clause. You don't have that. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think you have this in this one. So theoretically, he's supposed to come in at 168. Not in the fight, he might be 180, 185. You cool with that? I had sat down with Oscar, and Oscar said he think the rehydration clause had a lot to do with why Ryan didn't defeat Gervonta. What do you think?
I think 2 things. I'm gonna say 3 things. I think Ryan had an injury already previous in training. I think the weight did have an effect on him, because when you see him with Devin, he was totally different.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Fighters.
Then Crawford dropped a deeper insight. He talked about fighters who weigh in at 130 pounds, but then rehydrate to 165 by fight night. He didn't name Tank directly, but everyone knew who he meant. Crawford's point was clear. Modern boxing has too many loopholes and ways to manipulate the system, and Tank might be a prime example. But beyond Tank, Crawford pointed to a bigger problem. The entire division is clogged up.
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
Nah, ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
You're not even entertaining the catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
All right,
I'll welcome them.
There are tons of top fighters, but hardly any real matchups. Everyone's playing it safe and thinking long-term, leaving fans hungry for action. Crawford mentioned the big money in Saudi Arabia and how that cash could finally bring some of these fighters together. He's ready to travel, take risks, and make history. The question is, will Tank step up and match that energy?
If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck.
While Bud's out here pushing for real fights, Tank's busy chasing exhibition hype, social media drama, and questionable wins. The difference is obvious. Then Crawford dropped a line that really hit home. They all know each other. It sounds simple, but when you think about it, that says a lot.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying
afraid?
his name for?
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit.
Crawford is highlighting that the biggest names, Tank, Ryan, Devin, Shakur, they've all come up together, training and fighting in the same circles since their amateur days. They know each other's styles and weaknesses inside out. So the question is, why aren't they stepping into the ring against one another?
So they know each other so.
Yeah, they all know each other so well. Shakur, Tank, Ryan, Devin, they all know each other,
So is it hard to fight somebody you know?
No, I'm just saying they all know each other.
Mm-hmm.
So they know, how to fight each other, how to beat each other and things like that, because they didn't fought each other so much.
Right. What do you think about the Devin Haney and the Ryan Garcia fight?
Maybe it's because they know too much. Maybe Tank knows who can beat him, which is why he's playing it safe. But Crawford? He's ready for anyone, anytime, anywhere. This interview wasn't just a shot at Gervonta Davis, it was a wake-up call for the entire sport. Crawford reminded us what a true champion sounds like. No dodging, no excuses, no polished PR wins. He wants the best, the toughest, and he wants it now.
Going up those weight classes to face him, how can you convince fans that he can beat Canelo?
I ain't trying to convince y'all that he can beat Canelo. He's a good fighter. But, bro, I would say smaller fighters are always better than bigger fighters. They're smaller, they know how to move and things like that. But this guy is great at what he do. He got. And another thing, bro, I don't be wanting to. How these guys is. Then you get hurt against.
Imagine him off. There you talking about
Gamboa.
No,
he got flipped by
Gamboa.
Gamboa, right?
Yeah.
Right? the fuck he's looking this strong over the past year. These years. He ain't been getting clipped or nothing. So now, that's that snack shit. I'm telling you. Y'all laugh. I'm always.
No detail. Open up.
And that guy that a part of it, he been caught. He went to jail for it.
Talking about Victor Conti.
He went to jail, right?
Victor Conti?
Yeah. And he the owner of the snack shit, right? And he went to jail for it. Now it's like,
it's all over.
You see Earl, I don't want to throw him out of the bus, but you see Earl said some things like that, like about the people using steroids, but he don't want to say no names, but come on, bro. Like,
Tank, if you're listening, the pressure's on. The whole world is watching, and Crawford just put your name in bright red. You've been called out. If you're done with the easy fights and want to see Tank face a real challenge like Crawford, smash that like button now. Drop your thoughts below. Who would win if these two finally clash, Crawford or Tank? And if you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We're breaking down every punch, every scandal, and every headline in the crazy world of boxing. Catch you in the next one.